Okay, thank you. Hello, everyone. Thank you all for joining our Asia Chan class. Today, what shall we talk about today? First of all, looking at the current situation, I must say that I'm very pleased with our Chan classes. What's special about us is that we have a whole group, a very big group of Chan practitioners at all levels. And it's wonderful because I remember in my college days, I learned a lot more from my peers, my classmates, than from my teachers. Because I spend more time with my classmates and have a chance to observe them a lot more than I got to spend time with my teachers. Therefore, it's a real advantage here for all of us, me included, to be able to look at you and practice with you. And I see that in many locales, whether it's online, whether it's in person, you have small groups of classes, which we strongly urge you to do, where you can practice together. And when you practice Chan, it's very helpful. Preferably, you should be practicing with someone who is higher level than you. Okay, and those who are stronger, who are more experienced, as we certified for you, then you should also consider helping and sitting with people, with newcomers. Our Chan is very personalized. We like to help you personally whenever possible, so that we can help guide you overcome your obstructions and increase your skills and get what you want a lot quicker. Okay, I'm more westernized. Time is of the essence to me. The one thing that I hate most is for people to waste my time. I don't have a whole lot of time left, so I appreciate the opportunity to spend as much time as possible with others. All right? So please do that. I think we should, I don't know how to organize it, but and many of you have experience doing that. We should have notes where the people can then sponsor there or will look after and guide the people who are new, who need hand holding, because until you get the momentum, it's much better for you to get some help, and then that helps you plant the seeds and create blessings for you to be helped personally yourself as you progress up the ladder. All right? So this is not a Hinayana Chan where you sit there and then after you sit for half an hour, 20 minutes, you stand up and you go do something else. No, this is a hour-long Chan with a lot of talk and daily homeworks and a network of resources you can draw upon, okay? And if your tutors, your trainers, and your teachers need help, they can always turn to me for answers, okay? All right? So it's a wonderful structure, a network of Chan practitioners we have so far. And we'll only get better and better, I hope. Okay, yeah. Any questions and comments? JC question.
안녕하세요, 마스터. 최근 그 몇 달간 수행을 하면서 자꾸 속에서 죽여버리겠다는 소리가 들려서 최근 수행을 좀 쉬고 있었습니다. 절에서는 스님들 지도하에서 조금씩 하고 있었긴 한데 집에서는 아무런 보호가 없어서 따로 별도로 하진 않았는데 혹시 집에서 결과부자와 법문을 들어도 되는지 질문드립니다.
Hello, Master. I've been recently haven't practicing for a few months because inside my mind there's a sound saying, I'm gonna kill you, I'm gonna kill you. So I haven't been practicing. But in the temple, I've been practicing a little bit under Venerable's protection. But in my house, I haven't been doing that.
Under
and
who?
I want to ask,
Excuse me, under who?
under 스님s.
Which sunim?
어떤 스님이죠?
보라선언에 계신 스님들이요.
스님s in JC.
Which sunim in JC? Who's the guilty party? Who's the culprit?
현안 스님과 현보 스님이요.
현안 스님? Okay, I'll have a talk with her. Never mind. Just kidding.
그녀와 대화를 하겠다. 베르나버 시엔안 and 시엔푸.
Shinhan, Shinpo. Oh, disappointing. Go ahead. Continue, please.
So I want to ask you that can I do full lotus and listen to Dharma talks in my house?
Absolutely. You can do it at your house. You can do it anywhere, as a matter of fact. Okay? That's normal. There's, in English, we like to say there's rainy days and there's sunny days. Sometimes difficult for you to practice, and those are called obstructions. And sometimes pretty easy. Okay? And the more obstructions you have, the more you should be excited. Okay? You should be say, goody. Now I'm having difficulties. Okay? Give me a chance to learn to how to overcome these difficulties and get past them. So there's nothing that cannot be overcome eventually. And one thing you can do is to if you cannot practice, for example, you come to the temple and you cannot practice, then find a way to create more blessings. There's one thing that most meditation practitioners don't understand is that in order to meditate, you need a lot of blessings, an incredible amount of blessings. So that's why relentlessly create more blessings and more blessings and more blessings. Okay? With blessings, you cannot be stopped. There's two ways to overcome your obstructions. Okay? Number one, well, a few ways. Number one is to endure them patiently. It builds your patience. Number two, create blessings, meaning that because of your blessings, okay, you can overcome your obstructions a lot more easily. And if you struggle so much, okay, that's because your blessings are running out. Giving the analogies, for example, you're rich, you have a lot of money. So you've been going through this to this place to get food, but you can't anymore. Since you have money, you can have so many more choices to get food. You see, that's the nature of blessings. Okay, they cannot stop you. if you have blessings. Okay. Number 3 is you learn how to overcome it or get some help to overcome it. All right. So have no fear. You should expect to have some obstructions, some issues. This is how you improve so much faster than the others. Okay. When you practice meditation and every single time it's pleasant, it is peaceful, is blissful, that means you are not making progress. You are just maintaining your current level. There's nothing wrong with it. But every now and then, you should have some obstructions as that will help you improve and enjoy meditation a lot more. Look at obstructions as a spring. When the obstruction is like oppression, where the spring is compressed and compressed and compressed. Okay? And eventually it will string forward and propel you. That is our Chan training. It's called sudden acceleration, like a Porsche, not Tesla, mind you. Okay? Review cars. Okay? So it's like the string is compressed. Eventually you reach a point where eventually it will be released. So be patient. When it releases, that's a sudden acceleration. Okay? Believe. That's what we do. This is why we have the sudden training, sudden teaching, to help you make up for the obstructions, for the lost time. Okay? We're not afraid of the difficulties. Don't have to. All right? Thank you. Good question. Next, Jumi. Go ahead.
네, 들리세요? 네. 어떤 질문이냐면, 예불에 관련된 또 질문인데, 그러니까 제 질문의 포인트는, 사찰에, 그러니까 제가자보다, 레귤러보다 더 나중에 오신 스님들이 계시잖아요. 그런 경우에 예전에 마스터 법문에서는 질문하지 않는 걸 알려주지 말라라고 하셨는데, 어떤 잘못된 정보가 공유돼서 다 줄줄이 잘못하고 있는 경우에 어떻게 해야 되는지 그걸 질문드립니다.
I have a question about ceremony. And my point is, in the temple, there's senims came later than our lay people, our regulars. And in one of your Dharma talk, there was something saying like, don't tell them before they ask. And I want to know when they share the wrong information, what can I do?
For example.
일단 예를 들면 새벽 예불 할 때 우리가 뭐 나무 소재 연수 약삽을 하면서 천천히 법당을 돌고 유나와 목탁이 제자리로 돌아가면 약사열애로 템포가 빨라지는데 이전 예불에는 마스터께서 1.5배 빨리 걸어야 된다라고 하는데 보산사 같은 경우는 오히려 더 1.5배 느리게 걷는다든지 예를 들면.
So, for example, when we're doing morning ceremony, when we're doing Namo Xiao Zhe Yan Shu Yao Shu Fu, and then we circumambulate, and then when Yuna goes back to her its places, then we go like Yao Shu Lei, and we go 1.5 times faster. But in Zhou Mountain Temple, we go 1.5 times slower.
그리고 물론 이제 뭐 데뷔참이나 뭐 보문품 할 때 당연히 윤화에 따라서 템포와 음이 달라지긴 하지만 그래도 이게 기본적으로 원곡은 알아들을 수 있는 수준이어야 하는데 전혀 그냥 새로운 거 그 정도거든요.
And another example is when we're doing the GCR or Bumamping. Of course, we basically follow the yuna about the tempo and the melody, but it's reached another level, so we cannot understand the original song anymore.
네, 이제 그러다 보니까 제가 또 요즘 안 되는 게 그냥 저는 평소랑 똑같이 소리를 냈는데 그러니까 예를 들면 이제 이거는 좀 제 고민이기도 한데 그냥 쳐다봤는데 사람들은 뚫어졌다 쳐다봐다 하고 반응을 하고 그냥 또 평소랑 똑같이 소리를 냈는데 좀 크게 들리나 봐요. 왜 그런지 모르겠어요. 제가 인식하는 거랑 밖에서 인식하는 피드백이 좀 차이가 있는데 그러다 보니까 저는 원래 알던 미국에서 하던 음을 냈는데 또 한국이랑 다르다 보니까 좀 그런 게 있어서 이럴 때 제가 뭐 어떻게 해가지고 해야 될지도 모르겠고 근데 마스터께서 이제 뭐 엑스씨랑 얘기를 해서 제가 뭐 이제 지금 괜찮긴 한데 아까 말씀하셨던 부분에 얘기가 나와서 그러니까 잘못된 걸 하고 있는데 제가 들어서 어떻게 해야 되는지 예, 그거를 질문 드리는 거거든요.
Another thing is I try to sound same as before, but maybe I'm too loud, so people watch me and maybe they're staring at me because I'm too loud. And I just try to chant the same as US, but maybe the melody is different from Korea. So I don't know what to do. I've been talking to Master C, so I'm a little bit better, but I'm still wondering what to do as a lay person.
Okay, very good. Specifics, okay? First of all, when doing ceremonies, there's a certain way of doing it. So if newcomers, whether Sunims or lay people, they do it wrong, it should be helpful for all of us to point it out to them. Okay, they should correct it. There's a reason why ceremonies are done a certain way. We learned this from a Chinese, and they're very precise. And there's a reason for all that. And therefore, I hope that all of you will stick to the traditional way that the Chinese ceremony is done. Okay, it's most excellent, most helpful with your cultivation, your practice. So if people are wrong, especially new Sunims, should tell them, should remind them, and or if you're not comfortable, you can ask the senior Sunim. Okay, we are flat in structure right now by design because we have a lot of people, and I want to hear of all your problems. That's why it's flat. Okay. But eventually, we'll have a more of a structure, more layered hierarchy. Will be easier. Right now, we appreciate input from people like you, so that I can be aware of the little issues. Okay. And when you do the great compassion repentance during the fast recitation? I'm sorry, the fast recitation, right? The second question is about fast recitation, and you cannot hear
저요?
the sunim anymore.
아,
Okay, in that case, in that particular fast recitation of the Buddha's name or Bodhisattva's name, during the fast phase, you listen to the small woodfish, the Di Zhong. Okay, that's the pace, and you try to follow that. And basically, the Weino master may not be able to keep up with it. So during that, you follow the Di Zhong. Okay, including the Weino should follow a Di Zhong. The Di Zhong takes over. Okay, And you follow as much as you can. If not, then because maybe you're a slow talker, or you think it's not cool to recite so fast, okay, then you can switch to mental recitation. But you follow the pace, okay? And pretty soon, maybe in some cases, some people have a very strong wrist, strong arms, so they can go very, very fast, faster than you can recite with your mouth. Then you go as fast as you can, and then you start, and naturally start switching to reciting with in your head. Okay? And what's the third question?
그러니까 그러니까 제가 작년 여름부터 예불 때문에 좀 번뇌가 있고, 다른 건 별로 생각 별로 없는데, 예불 때문에 번뇌가 있고, 또 마스터께서 선치를 10주에서 5주로 줄이면서 세레머니를 통해서 진전하겠다라고 약간 전략이라고 해야 되나? 이런 걸 바꾸신 상황에서 좀 세레머니, 안 그래도 저도 세레머니 좀 번뇌가 생겼는데, 저희 새로운 종류의 번뇌가 세레머니인데, 마스터께서도 세레머니를 강화하시겠다고 말씀을 하셨었고, 그러다 보니까 이제 제가 제가자다 보니까 스님들이 차라리 빨리 와서 스님들한테 배우면 서로 마음이 편할 텐데 좀 답답하기도 하고, 마스터께서 또 질문하지 않는 걸 이렇게 말해주면 그거는 약간 공격이다, 수동공격이다, 이렇게 비슷한 얘기를 하신 적이 있어서 제가 질문을 하게 됐고요. 마스터 말씀하신 XC랑 얘기하고 나서 번뇌는 많이 줄었고요. 그렇다면 새로운 분이 왔을 때는 제가 번뇌가 없는 상황에서 정중한 마음으로 정보를 전달하는 차원으로 하겠습니다.
I have been having this affliction starting from summer, and other affliction I don't have really have any. And because you shorten our chanchi from 10 weeks to 5 weeks, so your strategy changed to our progression, making us progress through our ceremonies, and that's also my strategy too. And because I'm a lay person, when I see sunims, new sunims, I kind of feel frustrating. I want them to learn fast, but it's not the case. And also, you teach us that if you tell them the things they didn't ask, then it's attack too. So now, because you told me so when the new person comes, then I will try to be not afflicted, but tell them the information, share the information.
When you have a chance. But part of the use of new sunims and even new students, when they don't get it and they do it wrong, they're helping you practice Chan as well. In what way? They're teaching you about patience. Chan is patience. All we do here, whether it's crossing legs or this talk here for an hour where actually it hurts, the legs hurt, especially for newcomers, actually are all geared towards developing your patience. So anything that develops patience is Chan. So during ceremonies, when you have people who do it wrong, sunims, especially sunims, some sunims, I notice some sunims, they chant and all of a sudden they switch pitch. It used to annoy me so much. And now it annoys me a lot more. Because I'm glad, because I'm learning to be more patient. So afflict me is my attitude, please. Try to make me afflicted, because I need to learn to be more patient to myself. All right? Anyone else? Along with the same theme, today we talk about a novice with a master, and you see how it all blends in together. Okay, let me read this thing here. Master Yang Shan's anecdotes a novice with a master. Yang Shan came to learn from Master WeiYang. WeiYang asked, "Are you a shamanera with a master or one without?" Master Yang Shan replied, "One with a master." WeiYang asked, "Where is your master?" Yang Shan walked from the west end of the room to the east end and stood there. WeiYang knew he is of no ordinary stock. Master then asked, "Where does the true Buddha reside?" Well, you're going to take a break and say, "Listen, let master work." You're not going to correct master to master. Okay, it's okay. Take a break. WeiYang replied, "By contemplating the wonders of that which cannot be contemplated, one can in turn contemplate the infinite spiritual flame. When thoughts come to an end, one returns to the source, where nature and marks permanently dwell. Phenomenon and principle are not two, and the true Buddha is thus." At the moment he heard those words, Master attained sudden enlightenment. Since then, he served WeiYang for 15 years. So the theme is, I have a master. Do you? You practice chant, you practice Mahayana. One of the first lessons I learned. Who is your good no advisor? Do you have one? Who is he? So this is the first lesson that lucky for me, I learned when I became a novice monk under Master YongHua. And it's exactly, coincidentally, this is the first lesson that Master WeiYang gave to Master Yang Shan. Do you have a master? Whoa, lots of questions. Go ahead. Korean YouTube.
네, 이선미님 질문입니다. 지난번 법문에서 위산 스님께서는 질문을 통해 앙산 스님을 테스트하셨고 앙산 스님은 통과하셨는데요. 그게 무엇을 테스트하신 건가 궁금해서 생각해 보았습니다. 소를 보든 사람을 보든 겉으로 보이는 대로 보지 않고 불성을 봐야 함을 테스트하신 건가요?
So this is Rushu Yi Sunmi's question. Last time in the Dharma talk, Master WeiYang tested Master Yang Shan with the question, and I was wondering what was he testing, and was he testing that whether you look at the cows or look at the people, you only see their Buddha nature?
The last anecdote about Bodhisattva cows, I'm not sure what Master WeiYang had in mind, because he is the good no advisor of mine. I look at him as my teacher. Who am I to claim that I understand what the nature of his test? Okay? I don't, to be honest with you. He's higher level than me. Therefore, I'm still learning from the WeiYang Lineage, where he's a founder and pretty high level Kung Fu. So I don't know what he really means by the test. What it means to me from a student perspective, that's why I tried to explain to you the last time, is that I prefer to explain to you out of deference to Master Weishan, because I don't know, and he hasn't taught me personally yet, so I don't know, okay? But if he were to administer that test to me, and through Master Yang Shan, that's how I explain the anecdote. Okay? And then we talked about how beautifully Master Yang Shan passed the test. I could go deeper into why Master Weishan asked those things, but it's not that important. Okay? From our perspective, we as Weishan, as WeiYang, the Chan students, we don't have to look at it from Master Weishan's perspective. I will explain it to you when you become an enlightened WeiYang master, but not in general setting like this. All right? Wei Mao.
Hello, Master. Can you hear me?
Yes.
So for the Chinese character here, is the word Chu. Does it mean that he also asked for the owner of the Shami, or it is only mean that you have a Shufu, a master? Because this word Chu, is very similar to the Shu Chu Miao Yan. And one time I remember I've heard from Master YongHua, Chu is the Chu Ren. That's why I asked this question.
Very good. This is when there's an advantage for the people to understand the Chinese characters, because sometimes it's multi-layered, the meanings, and therefore I really feel that if you're serious about Chan and teaching Chan, eventually you need to learn Chinese, okay? Because translations don't do justice to the original intent. Okay. You Chu, Shami. So, Master Yang, this is the first encounter of theirs. So this is a very important lesson that we should learn, because that Master Yang Shan got from Master Weishan is that first question, okay, that Master Weishan, first thing they taught by questions, okay. Teachers prefer to teach you by asking questions. Right? So this is how in Mahayana we prefer to teach our students, asking questions, okay, or among other things. So he says, do you have someone in charge of you? So it's translated into in our jargon as a master. A master in English could have a connotation of master and slave, meaning that I'm the master, you're the slave, therefore you do what I'm told. What you're told, not I'm told. That I'm told too, yes, by the way. Okay. So the master and slave concept in English it's very helpful in this context. Do you have a master? meaning someone makes decisions for you. Okay? In particular, in the context of Shami, novice, a novice monk or novice monk, a nun or monk, they all should have a master, someone who decides for them. Okay, that's how we train. Okay, and I'm also the exception. I was a novice and I left his temples, therefore I had no master. Okay. So I break many rules. But a master here for a novice monk is someone who decides what's best for you. Okay, and there's a slight difference between you learning Chan from us versus the left-home people learning Chan from us. When you come left-home people who learn Chan from us, those who progress a lot quicker are the ones who looked at me as their master. Okay, in the master and slave concept. But for lay people, the master is in the context of there's a decision, there's a choice of how to train you. And there is I interpret it as commitment from a teachers to be responsible for your training. It's not so much a master and slave. It's like you take responsibility. I feel that's what's lacking in our profession, if you can want to call it profession, our bigger profession. We think that we teach Chan and we sit here with you and we talk and you walk away and hopefully you give us a big donations or write a beautiful review online. Okay, it's not it. That's not why we're doing it. We're doing this because we want to take responsibility for your spiritual well-being and physical well-being as well. So that Chu to me is that you are in charge, you are responsible. Okay, and it takes two. From our end, I'd like monks, nuns, and lay people. In the future, there will be lay people who will be teaching Chan as well under our umbrella. Because I'm telling you, we have many talented lay people. Okay. Enlightened people, Mahayana sense. Enlightened people, Hinayana sense. And I would tell you that it is an incredible achievement in our Dharma ending era. It's very difficult to become enlightened. Because most monks and nuns are not. Okay, and therefore, I want you to take responsibility for it, because it didn't happen by chance. You came to us and you received the training, and we hope that one day you open your heart and say, okay, I will want to share what I learned with others. Whether you decide to charge money or no, without money, doesn't matter. It's up to you, okay? But it's, even if you decide to charge money, it's still extremely worthwhile, extremely valuable for people to come and join you. And if you have the attitude that I'm responsible for your development. It's not about making money. It's about whatever means, however you decide to do. But I'd like you to take a step further and take responsibility for your students. I'm very selective. I choose who I teach and train. All right? Because I'm in a hurry. I want to teach and train the people that will be developed very quickly so that they in turn then have their own world, own empire, do their own things. Okay? Implement their own visions. All right? So here, do you have a master? Meaning someone is in charge of you or not, is responsible for you or not. And Yang Shan said, yes, I am one, I'm a novice with a master. Then Master Wei Shan said, okay, immediately, you have your master, what are you doing here? Where is your master? And Master Yang Shan's reply was, okay, is to walk from the west of the room to the east end of the room, okay, and stood there. That's where his master is. What does it mean? I don't know. I'm not Chinese, so ask the Chinese, okay. I'm no longer a novice. I have no idea what this novice is doing. What does it mean, Chinese-speaking people? Yes. 6.
This is not original. I just read it online that this walking from west to east and standing is demonstrating that he's his own master in the sense that he is 自己可以做主. He can decide his action and he can act for himself. That's the explanation.
From the Chinese resources?
From, I think, yeah, it's Zhongtai or, yeah, Zhongtai.
Okay, forget that. That's nonsense.
Yeah.
Okay, who else? One interpretation. Okay, I'm not Chinese, so please forgive me. He walked from the west to the east end of the room and stood there, meaning that walking, what does walking convey to you? Why do you walk? And why do you stop and stand there? There's a contrast. There's walking and stop. That's where my master is. Meaning what? It is a beautiful answer you want from my perspective. have been, see, Yang Shan came from good stock. His teachers are well-known monks. Okay? And they're honored monks, not just well-known alone. They're honored monks. And yet he's there at Master Wei Shan place. So that's what he said. I am a novice who's been walking, looking for a teacher, and I found one. And what does it mean? And this is American, okay, this is not Chinese. It means that I'm looking for a good no advisor. I found one in you. Let's see how long I'm going to stay. That's so American. That's just American me. You don't like it. You Asian don't, like these American things. You understand? He says, I have been looking for a good no advisor. I had a good no advisor, as you probably noticed already. Okay, I'm good stock. I've been looking for good advisor, one good one in the West, and then another, towards the West. And then now I went to the East, I found a good one, and then I kept going. Now I stopped. I chose to be you, to be my master. And if you're not careful, I will keep on walking to the East. It's not funny to you. Too American, okay? So that's what the answer is so clever, with how being disrespectful. Okay, because Master WeiYang said, say what? What do you mean? Then Master Yang Shan, sayonara, I'm out of here. And I still keep on walking. You see that? And so Master WeiYang knew better, so he stopped. You see, he stopped. He says, Ichu, he says, this one was surprised by the answer of a novice monk, because it put an end to his question. So far, so good. Next. So you see, now, continuing, moving on, next phase of the lesson. I'm stopping here because I look at you as my master. So therefore, master, may I ask a question? But because we are true Chan people, right? We dispense with all the BS, if you will. Say, how are you, and so forth. No, they go straight. Hey, may I ask, where does the true Buddha reside? Because you asked me for a master, okay? Part of my teacher, part of my master is the true Buddha. So immediately, Master Yang Shan put pressure on Master WeiYang. And this is when, if I were Master WeiYang, I was there. Okay, I have stood up and walked out of the room. You are too much trouble. Not funny. Asian are so boring. Okay? So you see how this is why this is when you appreciate the humor here between the teacher and pupil. Okay, teacher made fun of him and said, "You novice, what are you doing here? Did you get a letter, a referral from your teacher or not?" Okay, he didn't do that. And that's very Asian. In America, would ask you, "Where's your recommendation letter? Signed by who?" Okay, so Master Yang Shan put the pressure. Where does the true Buddha reside? Are you really qualified to be my master or not? WeiYang replied. He says, by contemplating the wonders of that which cannot be contemplated. Now let me tell you, I thought about this translation very, very, very carefully. Okay, and again, the scholarly translation of Chan, all those books, I will put them on sale right now after the class. I have many, many books in English on Chan. They're all worthless, all of them. I'm radical, okay? So, by contemplating the wonders of that which cannot be contemplated, one can then in turn contemplate the infinite spiritual flame. You got it? And when you keep on contemplating, when your thoughts or contemplations come to an end, you return to the source where nature and marks are permanent. That at that moment, you understand, you awaken to the truth that phenomenon and noumenon are not two. And the true Buddha is thus. That's where your true Buddha is. That's where the true Buddha is. So, the beautiful thing here is Master Weishan gave him detailed instructions on how to do it. This is another characteristic of our WeiYang lineage. The teacher is supposed, like Master YongHua did for my generation, give us instructions, specific instructions on what to do. Step 1, step 2, step 3. Okay? Yes, Wei Mountain.
Master, I apologize. I don't understand when the first part, by contemplating the wonder of which cannot be contemplated. How to do that? How do we start that? I don't even know what it means.
And then the instruction is not for you. This instruction for Master Yang Shan. He gave this kind of instruction to a novice. From us, I don't even know myself, okay? Let's be real. Okay? So I would say what? Okay? But it suffices to say for today, because most of you are say what? Okay? I did the same thing. Say what? Say what? Every single time I look at this and try to make the translation, say what? Say what? Okay? I haven't been able to find the answer. Okay? However, okay, let's be happy today with the fact that this instruction is for Master Yang Shan only, and don't believe anyone who tried to explain it to you, because it's only Master Yang Shan for him. Don't look at Tung Tai, whatever those people. Okay, forget it. Don't bother. Okay, I will cut them down by the knees. Okay, you're not supposed to understand because you're not in the same league as Master Yang Shan. We're not supposed to understand. It's only okay. So hopefully, maybe someday, Master Yang Shan will appear in your dreams, or while you're meditating, and say, "It's so simple. What is it you don't get?" Okay, that's Chan training too, folks. We don't have to understand everything. We just memorize it and say, by contemplating the wonders of that which cannot be contemplated. Okay. And you repeat it at night before you go to bed. Okay? And then you keep on reciting, and then in turn, you contemplate the infinite spiritual flame. All right? And then don't try to understand, I've told you. Okay? And when my thoughts come to an end, I return to the source where the nature and marks are permanently dwell. Okay? Just memorize it. Got that? Whether it's English or Chinese, I don't care. Korean, I don't care. Vietnam, I don't care. Okay? Just memorize it. Phenomenon, principle is not true. This is the advanced understanding or wisdom of truth of these Chan patriarchs. That's how they taught each other. Okay? And the true Buddha is thus. That's it. That's the explanation. If we try to explain this to you, you don't have enough time. Because I keep repeating the same thing over and over again. And you say, huh? Okay. Next week I tell you the same thing. Huh? Okay. Huh? Yes, 6.
Master, I'm just going to throw it out there. But I think the first sentence interpretation, I think you are interpreting, the translation is interpreting as 以思无思之妙. Could it be the way I was reading in the first, it's more like 以思无思之妙. So you know what I mean? The way you break it's different. So the translation in that alternative is using the wonder of contemplating no thought. One can in return contemplate the infinite spiritual flame. So 以思无思之妙. The 无思 there is more, to me, it's more like a no thought. I think the way you interpret it is 无思之妙, like wonder of what cannot be contemplated. I don't know if you understand what I was saying. But.
Yeah, you could explain which the wonders of contemplating
No thought.
Of no thought. Okay.
Yeah, that's very different from this two different meaning, right?
Mine is deeper than yours.
Yes, of course. I just
Yours
offer
is
a
Chinese.
suggestion. Yeah.
Mine transcends your Chinese.
Okay. Yes.
That's why I try to tell you, don't try to understand. Even you Chinese think you can break it down differently, it's still something that you cannot understand anyway, whether it's contemplating that which has no thoughts versus that which not, or that which cannot be contemplated. It's still something you cannot understand. Doesn't matter. Yes, Jumi. And then the next one, in turn, okay. And conversely, contemplate the infinite spiritual flame. That's another layer. Okay, that you don't need to go there until you go to the first one. The first one is contemplate. There's wonders here. You don't know what wonders means. Of that which cannot be contemplated, which has no thought, which cannot be thought of. Okay? You don't know what this is. That's the first step. And then once you get this, in turn, when you accomplish this first step here, in turn, contemplate the infinite spiritual flame. That's the next step. Step 1, step 2. You don't understand 1. Why bother going to 2? Just memorize it. Yes, Jumi, sorry.
마스터, 제가 질문하려고 했던 게 시간이 다 돼서 지금 해도 되는지 아니면 이따 화엄경 때 질문해도 되는지를 질문 드리고 싶습니다.
Master, we are out of time, so I'm asking you, is it okay to ask right now, or can I ask later during Avatamsaka Sutra lecture?
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry? What?
Can I ask now, or should I ask later?
What did you say? Yeah, I know. Yes. Go ahead and ask Jumi. Those of you, time is up. You can go eat. You can go take a break. We continue. Quickly.
마스터, 제 질문이 마스터께서 겨울 선실 때 주셨던 인스트럭션을 하고 있는데 하다 보니까 어떤 일상생활에 문제점이 있냐면, 일단 이제 그때 제가 말씀드렸듯이 너무 직선적이다 보니까 상대방들이 더 불쾌해하는 거예요. 그리고 이제 친구도 얘기를 했지만, 선생님이 예전에는 좀 노크하고 이렇게 어떤 걸 좀 이렇게 세련되게 얘기한 표현이 있는데, 앞에 부분을 빼고 스트레이트로 딱 얘기를 하니까 자기가 자기 성의를 무시받았다는 느낌을 받았다는 거예요. 한번 끊을게요, 선생님.
So I'm trying to follow Master's winter chanchi instruction, and I'm having a daily problems because I'm too straightforward. So people are very offended by me. So they say you used to talk very sophisticated way, but now you cut the sophisticated part and you just cut right into the point. So they're very offended.
그래서 제 고민은, 마스터 인스트럭션을 따르는데 너무나 이렇게 더 스트레이트가 되니까 주변 사람들이 불편해 하는데, 그래도 계속 제가 주변 사람들이 불편해 하는 걸 제가 입력해야 되는 건지를 질문드립니다.
So trying to follow your instructions, people around me are very offended because of my straightforwardness. And my question is, should I continue to be straightforward and endure the people's afflictions?
No, no. They're going to drive you out of the temple. When they can't take you anymore, okay, then I will resort to a Chinese Dharma that I learned. I used to talk down upon it. You put on a sign. Okay, you put a jinko. My mouth is pure. Okay, meaning that I speak no more. All right, and every now and then take off the sign and give them a little bit of a dosage, and then put back it on again. Okay? We offend people a little bit, but not excessively. Wei Mountain.
Master, I apologize in this part because I happen to involve in the translation and I'm afraid to cause problem for the Vietnamese translation. I try to translate the English part of that sentence to Vietnamese by parentheses, and I don't know if that translation is correct. I'm afraid that I will do harm to our people. So should I take it off
It's
and
okay.
just keep the English?
It's okay.
Yes, Master.
It's okay. Keep it. Yes, ZH. ZH.
Master, I assume that's me. I have a
You
question
prefer
related.
that I call you cow?
Either way, whichever you prefer, Master.
Okay. Go ahead.
I have a question related to translation. In your Chan Handbook 2, there is a section on enlightenment. And when you write about enlightenment, the moment you become enlightened, you can see your Buddha nature, the truth. This is the sentence from that section. My question is how to translate the truth into Chinese. Thank you, Master.
You can say at the moment you can see your Buddha nature, you can see the truth.
Yeah, how to translate the truth into Chinese? Is it 真相 or 真理 or di?
I don't know. the truth here, the true. Chân xiang. It's an
Thank you.
oxymoron to have a chân xiang, but you can use it. Okay?
All right. Thank you.
Good question. Next, when thoughts come to an end, that's the third one. One return to the source, where you will find out that nature, the Buddha nature and marks, permanently dwell, reign. That's all you see. You become immersed with nature and marks. Okay? That's what you come to. Notice that, and then at that moment you will see when you, and the next instruction is at that moment you understand, you see that phenomenon, marks, and nomenon or principles are not two. At that moment, then let me explain a little bit to you. The other things are just too complicated for you and too much to explain to you. At that moment, the cool thing happens. At that moment, and this is what's so remarkable about Master WeiYang's wisdom. He saw Master Yang Shan as bring to this point already. Even at first meeting, he saw this young novice here, ask him this insolent thing, and he says, at that moment you will see that phenomenon and nomenon are not two, and that's when you become, maybe I teach you to be a great teacher. If you want to be a great teacher, you have to see that nomenon and phenomenon are not two. Aren't there many teachers like that? I only saw one, Master YongHua, alive. Actually two, 6 patriarch. Because in order to be a great teacher, you have to see this. You have to understand this. So my interpretation is that I see you becoming a great teacher down the road. Okay? Next. At the moment he heard those words, Master Yang Shan attained sudden enlightenment. Okay. Is this gossiping? This is what the standard for WeiYang Chan. Remember, this is the very first encounter of a master and a novice. And instantaneously, he taught this novice sudden enlightenment and succeeded. My teacher tried to do it for me. It never worked. And will never will. Okay? It tells you the kind of caliber of teachers we're talking about. And Master WeiYang's incredible, terrifying ability. He looked at you and he gave you the dosages to Master Yang Shan. He says, and hearing that, Yang Shan immediately became enlightened. Okay? And then he served Master WeiYang for 15 years. Let me close by telling you why. For 15 years, he received the real training. Enlightenment is just the starting point of the real training. And he was there for 15 years because Master WeiYang had so much more to teach Master Yang Shan. It took him 15 years to do so. Okay? This is a fantastic record of how Master WeiYang trained his disciples. The best disciple in our WeiYang lineage, Master Yangshan, is by far the best disciple. So proudly, we should all be very proud that this tradition here in our WeiYang lineage, that my Chinese teacher was charged with bringing to America, is the standard of Chan training, folks. And our generation, my generation, we were nowhere near this level, but I want to bring it out to you, for you to see the depth and the pride of our Chan tradition. And how little and insignificant, unimportant you are because you don't understand anything. Okay? Be more humble. There's so much depth, there's so much wonders. Remember the first things? Okay? I stress for you the wonders. Wonderful WeiYang tradition. Thank you, everyone.